Okay, very good. Welcome everyone to the Co-Creators Convergence third Thursday call for May 18th, 2017. And this year it is being, the only people invited are our very special guests who will be attending the Co-Creators Convergence this year. Our theme is Galactic Co-Creation. And we're really looking forward. This is our fifth year. This is the fifth year that we've had the Co-Creators Convergence. And we have it every year at the Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. And as it turned out, by happenstance, we have 55 people registered. And that was not planned. In fact, we thought we were only going to allow 44. But as it turned out, Ted pointed out, it's 55 people for the fifth year celebration. So we're really excited about that. And so I gave the date. I'm Noelle Marshall. This is my husband, Bob Warner.
Hi, everyone. Looking forward to being with you.
We're sitting in our pick-em-up truck because we're in the middle of a blizzard, and a lot of things are closed, and we don't have a lot of internet connection. So we may buzz in and out, and I will make Kathy our host at that point. So I would be enchanted to have Shelley Darling, who has attended every year to CCC and is currently finishing up a tour, coming back, not a tour, but a journey and experience in Down Under. And so she'll be bringing a lot of Australian energy with her. And we have other people coming from Australia. Who knew? As well as France and Norway. And so it's going to be a really exciting time. And of course, our Galactics will be with us. So with no further ado, I'm going to send it to you, Shelley.
You put yourself on mute, Noelle. I feel really honored. Welcome everyone to our upcoming Co-Creators Convergence. And as soon as you said that, Noelle, I just felt my heart just like turned on. So the invitation here this morning is just to really feel into your heart light by bringing your attention, taking a moment, unless you're driving, to just come in. There's a little bit of feedback on Dom's, I think, maybe, Noelle, you can check her. So the invitation again is just to take a moment and really bring our attention into our heart and to feel this collective heart. It's so gorgeous to come on to Zoom where we can feel that impulse of creation moving through us and the beauty of the Co-Creators Convergence. From my experience over the past, will be going on 5 years, is that it's really the only event that I've ever been to where we're coming together in resonance really for the good of the whole and learning how to co-create together and be in the practice of that. So it's such a gorgeous thing. And this morning, just breathing into that collective heartbeat and feeling our energy connected to the earth as we open to these gorgeous cosmic information from this multidimensional realm of the universe, which we are. And so to be really with that, breathing in this morning, this I am presence in the movement of the sacred we, that connection with all of us. Let's just take a few collective breaths together, just allowing ourselves to drop in deeper and really feel this golden column of light moving through the center of this galactic wheel in which we are all the spokes, these vibrant, illuminating rays of light. Really feeling that sensation, that vibrancy, that vitality. And I'm just going to open with this, the great invocation, because this book just came into my hands, Prayers to the Seven Sacred Flames, which is very attuned to some of the things that we'll be experiencing opening the Akashic Records with Darlis and some of the others. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men and women. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men, and may Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose of which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light, love, power restore the plan on earth. And as we just take that and breathe, we give great blessings to the masters and the teachers, our ancestors, to the land that we're going to be on at Sunrise Ranch, just acknowledging that spaciousness, and together this gorgeous co-creators convergence, opening our hearts and really bring us together as a collective family in unconditional love, peace, and power. And back to you, Noelle.
Thank you, Shelley. So wonderful. And I'm looking forward to being with you and with everyone this very special year. And why do we have this special year? It's because of someone named Barbara Marx Hubbard. And so I'd like to welcome to the call now Barbara Marx Hubbard to say a few words. And Barbara, I'm so disappointed you can't see all these beautiful shiny beings on this call.
No. I know it's really too bad. And I'm here in a blizzard in Colorado when it was perfect spring yesterday. So I'm really enjoying the difference and the quantum jump here. So, well, you know, Noelle, I've been one of your early followers and early participants in the co-creators convergence. And I think that you've hit upon what really is the essence of our age, which is converging to co-create and co-creating to converge. That's really it. So whatever is happening here is a symbol of what's needed in the world.
Well, thank you, Barbara. And, you know, I just had to chuckle when you said you're a follower of ours, whereas you're the one that woke us up. And you did that. I'll tell you the question. This is the hook that you got to all of us.
This is why we're sitting in our pickup truck in Loveland, Colorado today, talking to all of you.
It was because Barbara Marx Hubbard says, what is your gift to the shift in humanity? And I think that was a very great question, Barbara, because, you know, we were saying, well, we're just sitting in our RV. How is that a gift to shifting humanity? So,
you know, and look what happened to you. Look what happened to you from responding. You know, this is a very good point, Noelle, because everybody has a gift, of course, but not everybody knows it. And it's very important to ask, what is your gift to the shift? And I'd like to add the new point now, which is we're in the shift. When we got started, even when I first met you, it wasn't so obvious that we were in an existential crisis that had a specific time frame. So I'd like to make the point that everybody's gift, when you're in a shift point of this dynamic reality, means it's being called forth more than ever before. And what is it called forth to do is to be its unique expression, converging with others in social synergy. And I would say, when the noosphere, you know, the famous thought of Teilhard de Chardin, when the noosphere, the mind sphere, the internet now gets its collective nervous system, when the nervous system becomes coherent, the collective consciousness will shift. And I'm holding that it's going to shift from fear to love. And it will happen quickly enough because, you see, there are so many of us. So I would like to urge you to make the global call for the co-creators convergence. Make it global. I mean, really, really global, whatever that can mean. Everybody.
Well, Barbara, we've decided to make it galactic, not global. Does that offend you at all?
Oh, that's well, that's of course. Well, you know, I'll tell you a funny story. I was down visiting, making a speech in Los Angeles, and they got me mixed up, and they put me in front of 1,000 David Wilcox followers. Now, David Wilcox is one of the very best students, really, of extraterrestrial life and contact with it and so forth. And I made this point that I thought it's probably true. I asked them, do you think it's true that in order for there to be shared contact, there needs to be more shared resonance on planet Earth? That we're like a baby system, a baby nervous system. We're crying, we're upset, we're fighting. So even if I were an extraterrestrial, I wouldn't want to come here. I wouldn't want to even try until we align. And the interesting thing was they all agreed. And then David Wilcox came up and chatted with me on the platform for a while about how actually we could join forces with the people dealing with resonance on Earth and peace and justice and so forth, with the people who are inspired for galactic contact, and work together toward that shared expression.
Well, David Wilcock, I do follow him on Gaia quite a bit, and I think it's great you had that. I don't think it's a coincidence that you had that contact with David Wilcock.
No, it was very. I felt that too. Noel, I did. That I was supposed to be in touch with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the reason I'm at Sunrise Ranch, have been hosted here by David Kasher, who's the spiritual director of Sunrise Ranch, is because I've been advocating a planetary mission to connect co-creators worldwide. That the quickest thing we can do to make the shift is converge. I mean, literally, co-creators convergence is the answer. So he said he would like to have Sunrise Ranch help host that initiative, to make a call to as many of us as possible, and then to join together with what it is our gift is. It's exactly what you're saying. So you're adding, in a planetary awakening, the idea is that everyone has a unique gift to give, and we're calling it a planetary awakening in love through a unique self-symphony. And that is, each voice is unique, but in a symphony, the voices are the telerotic nature of evolution itself, awakening us toward being aware of something radically new that all of us intuitively already know, which then makes it possible for us to have shared contact. And I had a meeting just the other day with a woman, quite a brilliant businesswoman, who you would not expect this of, and she has been an associate of Edgar Mitchell and Willis Harmon, and she came to visit me, and she had a vision, very, very well articulated scientifically, that it was necessary for her to build a university and a galactic spaceport. And I said, really? What are you expecting? Well, she said, I think it's not quite time, but this galactic spaceport has to have within it a university, which I've been calling basically the University of Homo Universalis. And I said to her, I think we are becoming a universal human, a Homo Universalis, if you add nanotech, biotech, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, space travel. How far are we from becoming that? And she said, Barbara, I want to move to Sunrise Ranch. To hear this, so well and thought. I have to move to Sunrise Ranch because I think that what you all are saying about the planetary awakening and mass resonance is required for the galactic spaceport to be useful. And she said, I have this huge network of people interested in galactic contact. I mean, Edgar Mitchell said, her first name is Jean, you have the template of the next stage of evolution. She's very brilliant. So she has written to David Kasher to move to Sunrise Ranch. And we may be getting quite a little cluster here.
I
laugh
think
at
we
it.
have.
So you think we're having we're creating a cluster
Well,
of
indeed.
they call the genius of genius who's interested in planetary resonance, awakening, converging, and galactic contact.
Well, I do too. Barbara, this is Bob. And just as you're talking about that and how things are starting to incubate and assimilate at Sunrise Ranch, I'm just thinking back to our first year there, the Convergence year. Of course, Noelle and I were there on the Birth 2012 tour, but we started the Convergence in 13, and David welcomed us the first time. Noelle and I ended up spending the whole summer at the ranch, and it just made me realize how much has changed in the 4 years since. And we have people that were mentors of yours in 2012 that are on the line right now that'll be at the Convergence, Julie and Shelley and Dinama, and they all were asked that same question.
And more.
And there are many more students of yours, and I really am excited that the convergence of the theme of this year's event, because we have a different theme every year, is about being galactic, and that many of the people who will be coming to this year's event, we've always had 35 to 40 people, and there are 55 coming this year. So obviously the subject is outrageously popular, and all of the people that are coming have been invited by others that have been here before as a part of the annual gathering. And I really see an opportunity for some of us to, for there to be, connections made as a result of this year's Convergence with those that are working with you and the businesswoman you were talking about and others. So we're very excited about that.
What do you mean by galactic? I mean, in what phase, what emphasis are you using about galactic?
Well, I'll take a stab at that, Barbara. We mean anything that's non-terrestrial, but we also will allow that there are many galactics in the terrestrial form. So it's a broad enough term that we want to be inclusive, and we want to bring benevolent galactics. And let's see, if anyone else wants to chime in here, raise your hand, but that's my...
Yeah, Dinama.
Dinama would like to say something. Okay, Dinama, let me see. I'm going to unmute you, my doll. There you go.
Go ahead.
Hello. Hi, Barbara.
Hi there.
I was just... Hello. I was just feeling the 52 code.
Oh, yes.
Our galactic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is absolutely right.
It's true.
That was the main thing I wanted to say. I mean, you pretty much gave us the recipe, and now we're living into it. And thank you so much for holding that light and being authentic and overcoming all the challenges of the old paradigm. And now you're part of creating that which is in alignment with our true nature. And it's a great place to be. I'm all turned on.
Thank you so much for saying that. I just want to say briefly what the 52 codes are, in case anyone wants it. I had been talking to Nassim Haramein about extraterrestrial contact, and he was telling me how he feels that the pyramids were built this way, all these contacts in the ancient history, as well as the present. And so I was meditating that morning, and I declared, give me contact. Why should it just be Nassim Haramein? So I didn't know what to expect. And suddenly, I felt a presence. And this presence basically said, keep your attention on me. I'm coded with your evolution. All you need to do is attend to me because it's written in your code, but you need this attention. So what I received was the experience of myself in the future. It was not another being. It was not, an ascended master. It was myself. And that every one of us, when you come to think of it, here we are at this critical choice point, convergence point in our evolutionary history. We obviously all have a potential self that could live into the future beyond this jump. So this presence, because the universal self, we call it, or it called itself, I am your universal self. I am you in the future. I'm not an ascended master. I'm you. And this you, if you put your attention on me, I will activate your genetic code to become yourself by embodying your future self in the present. So that you as a whole being here will be therefore something more. And you will fulfill your own unique destiny, which is to participate in this planetary awakening. And we will jump you over the quantum field into the quantum plenum, where there is instant manifestation through intention.
Bravo. I'm getting a lot of, go ahead, Barbara, sorry.
And so this book called 52 Code is on Amazon. I'm studying it with a core group in Sunday mornings from 9 to 10 Mountain Time. If anybody is very interested, let me know. And because when you get a communion of people studying these beautiful codes together and sharing their own experience of the codes, what happens is you turn on. And then I read them in the morning. And then if I have any challenge or any opportunity, I turn it to the universal self that's incarnating into my essential self. And I would say, I could make a declaration that I made it, I crossed over. I've crossed over into, I'm calling it Homo Universalis, which is an incarnation of your universal self, your essential self, your local self, and the divine impulse in you. And at 87 years old, I would not be surprised that my cells are being reactivated. Because Homo Universalis is moving beyond the existing animal-human condition eventually. And then I wrote in my journal years ago, Barbara, you came through a stellar gate and you had to forget in order to look normal, because your job is to help people know this is normal. So if you looked eccentric, you couldn't do this. So now I'm calling myself a new norm, because I can express all the eccentricities of myself as a normal. So I'd like you to know if there's anyone else who has felt this.
If you go ahead and raise your hand if anyone else has felt this, so I can give a report.
Or if you're on the
phone,
unmute yourself.
Yes, Barbara, we're getting like almost unanimous.
Everybody has felt it?
Yeah.
I'm getting just about unanimous. See what you started, Barbara.
You see, well now, folks, we have to let this secret out.
That's right.
I mean,
that's
it's
right.
Just, it's funny because our government tries to make you look ridiculous if you've had any type of experience like this. And I've decided to share everything. And so as I'm talking to somewhat formal people who don't look this way at all, And I'll tell them this, and they say, oh, you know, you shouldn't hear what happened to me. Because if I say it, now that I look normal, you see. Now that I look normal, it helps others. So
Well,
I want somebody to tell me how they feel about seeing this.
Barbara, a couple of folks have raised their hand. Linda Lamp,
Okay.
put
Okay.
introduce Linda to her.
Okay, Linda Lamp I'm going to unmute you, Linda. Like to say a short message to Barbara?
Oh, yes. I was raising my hand, I thought, just to be in with everybody else saying, yes, I've felt that. But, yes,
Tell me what you felt. What did you feel? What did you feel? Just briefly. Just say it briefly.
I feel totally connected to the energy on this planet. And so whenever there's any kind of a palpable community experience, I feel it. Like I can feel, like the other day when they voted to take healthcare away the House voted to take healthcare away from 24 million people. I felt that. I was sick for 2 or 3 days. I'm totally wired to it. So, but I'm so honored that you're here on the call, and I'm so sad you're not going to be there when we're doing the convergence. I was so excited to see you.
Well, you know, I want to tell you why I won't be there. And this is something perhaps that we could do another year. A movie was made by Karen Everett of my life called American Visionary. And it has won a prize at this Illuminati Film Festival, where I will be receiving a prize for the movie called American Visionary. So I thought I would like to use this movie to ask a question. My life has been guided by very deep questions. And here's the question that I will ask at Sedona when I won't be with you. What is the meaning of American power now?
Wow.
Wow.
I asked President Eisenhower that in 1953 about the atomic bomb. When I said, we can destroy this world, but is there anything good about it? What is the meaning of this power that's good? And the president said to me, I have no idea. And I thought we better find out. So I think the answer is that when we combine our spiritual, social, scientific, technological capability toward restoring the earth, freeing the people, exploring the universe, we'll see we need all this power. We're going to become a universal species ourselves. So now I'm going to be standing up there Saturday, receiving this prize, and say, okay, folks, tell me, what is the meaning of American power now that's good?
Wow.
Anybody want to say anything about that question?
If you want to say something, raise your hand. I can't see everyone at once, Barbara, because there's so many people on. Or you can put it in.
That's okay. I can't see anything because my internet is down. I'm not on Zoom.
Okay, I'm going to unmute Janet Gunn for you.
Okay.
I think that the bad is so blatantly bad that it has activated all those people who thought somebody else was going to do it for them.
Yeah.
And it might well be, if we survive it, it might well be the greatest step forward that we could possibly have. It has absolutely inspired people to pick their passion and protect and promote its progress.
Exactly. That, I think you're absolutely right. It's an evolutionary driver.
Yeah.
And even Trump's winning is an evolutionary driver. But here's an interesting point, folks. You can't say it would have been really that much better if Hillary Clinton had won, even though it would have been much better, because win-lose democracy is structured wrong. It cannot produce a global society. A nation state cannot produce a global society. So the structure of the wheel of co-creation and the Office for the Future structure is an example of synergistic democracy, because you're looking for common goal and matching needs with resources. And one of the things I think, Bob and Noel, that maybe at another time you would take what we are inventing now, Wheel 2.0, which is not just social innovations, but people's unique expression in the unique self-symphony, to become a symphony ourselves as widely as possible. Symphonize, which is to say each person's unique gift being part of a symphony toward a planetary awakening, because a symphony is being conducted by the self-organizing universe.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all being self-organized. Well, who's this self? Well, it's in each of us, actually. You know,
Yes.
I'm self-organizing. What self is doing this with me? It's not an external self. It's an internal self, which is more than personal now. It's
Sure.
more than just Barbara Hubbard's personal self. I feel myself is an expression of the evolutionary impulse, uniquely as me, uniquely as every one of us. But when that symphonizes, this is Mark Gaffney, he's my partner in this. He came up with the Planetary Awakening in Love, a unique self-symphony.
Mm-hmm.
So the planetary awakening, the planetary mission, the convergence of co-creators worldwide, folks, is this: connecting that unique gift, thinking of it as a unique note in that planetary symphony, which when we get enough notes in the symphony, the self-organizing universe can break through.
Beautiful.
I think, you know, I mean, I'm so inspired that I'm, because we don't have a lot of time on this earth with the existential crisis, that maybe one of the things you could be discussing during this galactic meeting is how to create the broadest possible expression of that unique self in each person and be part of the planetary awakening with us.
Okay. That's great. Thank you, Barbara. And
Yeah.
I want to, we have one comment come in from Linda Lamp in Alaska. She says, I think America shows the world how to heal because we will finally face our darkness and love it away.
Mhm.
And I think that's
That's a good thought.
what you were saying. And I also want to unmute the microphone from Sarah Adams, who will be joining us for the first time from Oregon. Would you like to, let me see, I'm trying to unmute you here. There you go.
There you go.
Sarah, would you like to speak with Barbara?
Sure. Hi, Barbara. It's an honor to meet
Hello
you.
there.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say,
hello.
I just want to say I read, I can't remember like your first books. I mean, quite a long time ago. And it was just an incredible inspiration leading me forward. And I remember when you were in, I think, Australia for Birth 2012, I was sitting right here at this computer and I was working with a team of Galactic light workers from Ashayana Dean's group and Lisa Renee's groups. And I was just sitting there on a Facebook page and I was called to go into position because the Anunnaki from Nibiru were attempting pole shift. And I'd been training all my life to be strong enough to help prevent pole shift. And it was incredible because I went and got in position, you know, and into the meditation to bring in the crystal and grid as strong as I possibly could while they were trying to collapse the Jerusalem Stargate right as we were in a line with Galactic Center. And it was incredible. And this is the part I really want to share because they tried to collapse and then all of a sudden, like everything went black and we were in this null zone. And I didn't know what was happening. I was like, we're either going into an Armageddon timeline or we're going to go into an ascending timeline. And I was just hanging in the balance. And then what happened was there was a vote taken for every sentient life form of the entire Earth. Do you vote love or do you vote to continue?
Oh, wow.
Fear.
Yeah.
85% of all sentient life voted love. And so this massive time travel into the future happened, which stabilized the Earth, and we didn't shift poles. And that was, and you were right on, you were doing your birth 2012 when I was ripped away from the computer. Right. So,
well, you know, did you notice what you said? You put what happened into the past tense. And I notice I do the same thing. I say we did this and then we did that and we did the other. And I have discovered that people have a memory of the future. Mm-hmm. And it's internalized when we're in the right environment. It emerges, and the 52 codes are a way to help it emerge in you personally. And the next piece of work that I'm involved in with this programs and various things I'm doing is the collective awakening. I mean, that is a massive, massive reality. Mm-hmm. There is no other thing that could happen that quickly. And connecting also what people are innovating, creating, and good. So it's also very practical. I mean, in every sector of the wheel, there are people doing breakthroughs of all kinds, not just massive social innovations, but, you know, school teachers and healers and, you know, car mechanics, everybody. So I would like to leave you with the invitation to make a great call. I think you, Bob, and Noel, in the most amazing way, when you entered in my life and you were in this bus and you took my movie around with the new story of creation. I mean, and now you've got all these galactic citizens there meeting.
Well, Barbara, we don't want you to run away too fast because we have something.
I'm not.
Okay, thank you, Barbara.
I'm not going anywhere. Oh. Do you want me to stay on or go off? Tell me what your agenda is.
Well, we do want to discuss some logistics, but right now I want to say that we're disappointed that you're not going to be with us in the physical at CCC, but we're really ecstatic for where you will be. And we're, you know, Barbara, if there's something you could improve about yourself, it will be you need to bilocate because we need more.
I tell you, I'm really, really sorry not to be with you because even though it's nice to be at a film festival and receive an award, I don't think it would be equivalent for me of being what it would be with all the rest of you. So thank you for inviting me and doing what you're doing. But I am also issuing a call to you to put your mind together as minds, hearts, and spirits and intuition as how to make a call for co-creative convergence worldwide. I mean, really, literally, using everything, media, internet, all the various groups connecting. You know, if you just think of what that is and ask yourselves what that would be.
I'm glad that I have all my co-creators on the line so they can take this on. But
yeah, because you know, in some respects, it's the question of our age.
It is.
It is
because we don't have the time, you know, to see for 50 years from now something will happen and we'll all be better. No, it won't. That's why we're the lucky generation, because we're born at the time of the crisis.
Right.
That means we're born to do something that no generation had to do before. It's really true.
It's true, and we don't have a lot of time. I don't feel that's the message I get.
And that's good, because you know, if we thought we would have a lot of time, we'd take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right.
The fact that we don't have a lot of time is important.
Mm-hmm.
It means that it's going to activate. And you know, because I'm 87 years old, I'm sort of pleased. Because, I mean, that's very personal, please, but I mean, I'm pleased that I have to live through this myself. Now, most people in their 87 or 88 are not looking for the planetary jump and all of that, but I am.
That's why you inspire us so much.
Indeed.
And
I'm looking for it, so I expect to somehow live through it and participate in it fully.
Absolutely.
And you know, since you live near Sunrise Ranch now, my folks, my dear friends, you know what else let's talk about how you would actually do that.
Absolutely.
Well,
Well,
we look
About it
forward
when
to
you
that.
get there.
for those that don't know, Bob and I just moved our RV, which we've lived in for 7 years, right next to Barbara, right next to Sunrise Ranch in Eden Valley.
Can you imagine it?
So we're calling it Camp Eden.
We're calling it Camp Eden for Eden Valley.
But
You know,
Barbara,
I've had the idea of Camp Eve. Listen to this, Camp Eve. You know my idea of Camp Eve?
oh, Camp Eve, yes. There was a Camp David. We need a Camp Eve, right?
Yeah, yeah, we do. And Camp Eve is going to be at Sunrise Ranch.
Okay.
Because we have to invite people who are creating a new world to get others together and synergize, you see, not just tell their own thing.
Perfect. Well, Barbara, we do want to let you know that on behalf of the Co-Creators Convergence, we have made a donation of $1,111.11 for the completion of your movie. And
Oh, it's so wonderful.
and I
Thank
also
you
want
so,
to tell
so
you, I'm sorry. I also wanted to tell you that it was matched. So our contribution resulted in $2,222.22 towards the completion of your movie.
Oh,
So
that is so wonderful. Well, you know what I'd like to do sometime when I get the movie is have a meeting with all of you and play it and talk about it and see what it wants. So, I mean, I don't even know if it's any good. But hopefully it is, and that we will actually do something with it, you know? It's like, if it's good, it could be a way for people to be inspired to tell their story as a visionary. You know, tell your visionary story so that everybody can hear it. Something like that.
that's
Let's
what
do something fun with it.
That's your
yeah,
vision.
and how you can actualize your vision.
In fact, when we were on our birthday golf tour, that's what we did videos of probably 150 people asking them the question.
That's true.
And asking them a simple question like that. What is your vision of what the future will be? And perhaps the movie American Visionary will be the inspiration for a project that can emerge to inviting everyone to acknowledge what that is for themselves, for themselves, and how they act on that. And
Exactly.
I think we can do that with technology rather than Noelle and I driving 20,000 miles again. So we'll look forward to that, being a part of the technology.
No, I don't think we're not sending you out on another bus trip. No, definitely not.
Well, Barbara, I also have another gift from the Co-Creators Convergence, and it's a sacred scarf that was handmade by the woman, the group of women, including myself and Barb, who's on this call, and others, that Janet and others that were part of the Linda, the 1,000 Goddess Gathering in Washington, D.C. last year. And so we present it to you, and maybe you'll be able to wear it when you get your award. So we'll be with you in some aspect.
Oh, this is absolutely great. Well, I'm so happy you're around here. And that, I mean, I'm very sorry to miss the convergence, but I know that Noelle and Bob are going to embody it all and show movies of it and everything, okay?
Okay, Barbara.
Wonderful. We look forward to seeing you this weekend.
All right. I love you very much.
Okay, love
Thank
you,
you so
Barbara.
much,
Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Barbara.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Barbara. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, there we go. All righty. Well, that was wonderful, wasn't it? So
we didn't expect to have that much of Barbara's time, so we're really blessed with that, and we want to talk about the convergence specifically, and answer any questions that people might have that haven't already been answered. There are a couple of additional phone numbers that have joined us. Excuse me, a couple of additional Galactic travelers that have joined us by phone since Barbara was talking. If we could identify them, that would be area code 773. 773 area code. Who would that be?
That's Marta Thomas in Chicago. Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Marta.
Welcome, Marta. And one other area code is 505.
Hi, it's Jade. I got.
Oh, okay.
Hi, it's Jade.
Okay.
I just phone. My computer keeps dropping, but I'm here with you.
Okay, wonderful. So what do you wanna
Fabulous.
cover?
Okay. All righty. Let's see.
Another planets might want to cover.
From Shelley to everyone, Valerie has joined us. Let me see if I can get Valerie to come.
No. She says no. She's signaling no.
Okay, signaling no. Okay, Sherry doing. Okay. All right. I'm going to unmute everyone. Let's see, unmute all. And why don't you mute yourself if you think you're okay? Sherry doing this call.
So if everyone would mute yourself until you want to ask a question, that would be wonderful, because we've got a lot of interference right now. Or when you have a question or a comment or want to share. So if everyone would manually mute yourself. If you're new to Zoom, that's the bottom left toolbar. There's an icon that says mute. You toggle that on and off. And with those that are calling by phone, you can just use a manual mute on your phone. And unmute yourself when you need to be a part of the conversation. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go over some logistics for the event now. Maybe we have to breathe just a little bit, just take in having Barbara with us and what that was all about. That was just so wonderful. So, Janet, did you want to say something?
I did. She's gone now, but I really wanted to thank her for the insights that she gave us that enable us to have such a different perspective of what's going on right now. I don't even want to think about where my mindset would be without knowing that chaos and evolution all work together and that this is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Janet. And when I get kind of depressed about it, I just keep on going back to Barbara's words about breakdown before breakthrough. And so I keep holding the light for the breakthrough, because I think we're kind of broken down. So if you do want to say something or ask a specific question, it'd be great if you could use the chat box. Then I know that everything will be addressed. In the meantime, I am going to go over some logistics, and I'm going to ask our regular CCCers to jump in or remind me in the chat box if there's some things that I miss. When you come, we're going to start Thursday at noon. That's when our registration opens up Thursday from 10 a.m. until 12. Then we have lunch, and then we will start to gather at 1:15 in the family room, the main room where you register at 1:15. And our first, we'll say, process together will actually be out in the labyrinth. And we're going to start sharp at 1:30. So we want everyone to gather at 1:15, and then we'll proceed out to the labyrinth. And I'm not going to tell you anything about what's going to go on there. So then we will, let's see, every day our schedule is going to go until about 9:30 at night. So the first night we are going to, our evening program will be on what I call the plateau, where we have a bonfire. And we're going to have some exciting things happening there, and I'm not going to tell you what they are either, because it's really exciting. So that's going to go on till about 9:30. Now, you'll want to dress warm. Right now we're having a blizzard, but yesterday Bob was mowing the lawn in his shorts. So we don't know what the weather is going to be like. So please, you can check the weather thing, but I just say dress in layers, dress casual, like yoga pants and jeans, and that's okay. We're casual. You're going to go up to a campfire, have a jacket, maybe bring a hat or something. So dress in layers. And people have been known to steal a blanket from their room. So if you need to. But you also want to have comfortable shoes, because when we walk from where we register, where our meeting room is, up to the plateau, that's about 1/8 of a mile. But we will have transportation for anybody who needs assistance. Okay? So that's Thursday night. Friday, we're going to begin very if you're making some noise, could you please, if you're not speaking, could you please mute yourself? Because I'm hearing a lot of, yeah, thank you. So Friday morning, we're going to begin at 8:30 sharp. They have the meals there are all scheduled. I don't have any flexibility of when the meals are. Breakfast starts at 7:30, and we have a half hour to get through the line. And then we can have a, another half hour break, but we start right at 8:30. I'm going to tell you that we're going to have two very special guests, both Friday and Saturday morning, and they will not be able to be interrupted. So, if you're a commuter, please be there on time. And if you're not a commuter, or if you're commuting just from on campus, you'll really want to be on time for these, or we'll just have to let you in at the break later on. So, so Friday night, we will be going over to the Dome in the Friday after lunch. We will be going over to the Dome. If you haven't been there before, the Dome seats 400 people, has state-of-the-art recording and amplification system. It's professional. It's a Buckminster Fuller inspired elliptical dome. And it kind of looks like we're in a spaceship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Someone wants to know what time breakfast is. I think it's at 7:30. We'll give you I'll be emailing you a hard schedule on that. So, Friday is going to be the afternoon in the Dome and the evening in the Dome. And we're going to have some very special things there. And it's going to go
Let me guess, you're not going to tell us about it.
I'm not going to tell you.
Right, Shelley?
So, and that's going to go to about 9:30 at night. Then Saturday morning, we have another very special guest. And then we are going to be in our room, which is called the Green Ridge Room, all day Saturday. In the Green Ridge Room, while I'm thinking about it, you can't wear shoes in there. So if you want to wear socks, if you want to have slippers that you bring with you, that's fine, but the shoes have to stay outside the door. Also, you can have water in the room, but you must please bring a covered water bottle. Something, we don't want open, like Bob's showing you now, Janice is showing, if you can see that. So water and is allowed if you have a covered, yeah, there we go. Dom's got one. Dom, that's approved. Thank you very much. And then Saturday night is when we are going to have our Galaxy A-Go-Go. And I know each pod has been preparing something very extra special. So we will be doing that after dinner. So we're going to go to at least 9:30 that night. Sunday morning, then we're going to start right up again at 8:30 promptly. And we're going to have some processes, a short break, and a closing ceremony. And that's one thing I want to say to you is that we really don't require everyone to be at everything, but that's been the magic of the Co-Creators Convergence, where everyone tries to participate in 100%. So, it's not, the energy we build there, there's no way to explain. It's, it's been building year after year. So we do appreciate if everyone, tries to participate. You do take care of yourself. But we do want you to rest up before you come, because I already know you're going to be complaining. There's so much. And I'll say, which one did you want us not to do? Well, no, I want to do all of them. So that's kind of how it goes. So that's, let's see. I think everyone except maybe Janet and Ronald and maybe a few other latecomers haven't gotten their surveys in. Please get those
Talia.
done. No, Talia, we got Talia, so that was wonderful. There were just a few, maybe Lisa needs to get hers in. If anybody else, Ted, just message me, because this is time to, we're doing a lot to plan, and we want to get out a a yearbook to you ahead of time, so you can read about everybody before you get there. And that's why we did the pod, so everybody can kind of get to know each other. We don't want anyone to arrive feeling, I don't know anybody, or take time to do that. So please save the Weavers a lot of trouble. Another thing about the Weavers this year is that so many of them are traveling right before this event. Right now, Darlis is in Hawaii doing some very important work on the energy grids. And Ted and Kathy are going to be traveling. They're going to Mount Shasta. They're going to show up the day before. And Jennifer Ivanko right now is in Italy. So we don't have a lot of time to chase people for things. So please, when we ask you for something, please do your very best to communicate with us. So we said dress in layers, dress comfortable. I talked a little bit about the schedules. And here's a good thing about phone coverage. Verizon phone coverage there is very poor, but Sunrise does have very good internet. And I've learned that this year,
except during the blizzards.
Except during blizzards,
right.
Correct, Bob. That you can do voice over internet with Verizon from the internet there. But they also have phones in the dorm area that you can use to make calls. And we also are going to be giving you, you can always call Sunrise Ranch, leave that as an emergency number. And Ted and I are also, Bob and I also have an AT&T phone for the summer, and we'll be giving you that number that you can share with families for any emergencies. So you know how to get a hold of everyone.
So Noelle, a lot of these details about water bottles, shoes, perfume in the room, yada yada, and all that, for those that are a first time this year, you'll either be sharing that with an advance email and or that kind of information will be distributed by whoever's running registration desk, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That reminds me, we have a few other things here. Denama, I think, is going to be on our registration table. That'll be open from 10 to 12. And some of you are actually going to be doing processes, and I apologize, I have not gotten out a letter to you telling you your exact date and time. So I will be doing that. I was supposed to do it today, but we had a blizzard instead, and that's my excuse. Let's see. I'm going to ask any of those who have come year after year if they want to add something, and also I'm going to check the chat here to see.
Okay. Julie had some.
Okay. All right. From Linda Lamb, she says breakfast, 7:30. Will there be videos made? Typically, what we have done in the past is we have videotaped certain parts, but we don't videotape the whole thing. When you're there and you see how things work, we're typically in circle as much as we can be. And so it's just impossible to videotape. And so many things go so deep, if you want to be videotaped for something in particular, perhaps we could arrange that. But in general, don't count on there being videos made. From Julie, not sure I completed my survey. Ted will check on that. And I'm going to unmute Ted.
Yeah, Julie, you did turn it in. One of the things we didn't make really clear in the survey was the importance of questions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And those are the ones we're going to be using for compiling the yearbook. So a lot of you were extremely humble in that, including Julie, who did not answer the question, what would you like to share about yourself with the other participants? So if you would like to add to that so that we have more information about you to share in the yearbook, you could go ahead and fill it out again. I mean, Kim Conrad's filled out 2 or 3 times. Some of you have added more. And don't worry about completing the first or the up to question 4, but you can fill out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more extensively if you would like to share more for that yearbook. And I apologize for not making that very clear there. And so a lot of you sort of did it fairly quickly to get it done, and we're very humble. So we will give you another couple days to get that done, but basically from the 20th on, we're going to have to start compiling it. Otherwise, we will not get it out. So if you do want to do something to update it, get that in right away so that we have time to deal with it before we all take off.
Okay. This is from Dinama. Noel, did you say Dinama did or did not submit my survey? Dinama, you submitted a survey from what I recall.
Yeah, Dinama's in.
And I just called and tried to reach Lisa Tully, just so you know.
Okay. From Gina Mazza to everyone, is there time for reflection and stuff like journaling the experience?
Yes, between 9:30 p.m. and 6 a.m.
How early do you get up?
You can walk up the mountain with Shelley at 5 when she goes up for the sunrise.
There'll be time.
Yes,
it's choreographed beautifully.
But there's not like set, 2-hour meditation time where you just go on your own, because we're so connected with each other and it's so joyful to be together. But and trust me, you probably won't want to get a full 8 or 9, 10 hours sleep. Unfortunately, we don't have Janice's womb room to gather and hang out until midnight. But yes, there will be. That's sort of the time when you gather and do it. But it's just so much fun being together that the thought of just going off on your own might be awesome, and taking advantage of Sunrise Ranch is really amazing. And who knows, when you go out at night, you may be with some Galactics that come in. So
we're hoping the ships will visit us.
And also, I'd ask in that question, I'd ask the Weavers also. Last year and the year before, we started having people impromptu, when they're there, volunteer for things prior to breakfast. Someone volunteered to run a Tai Chi. Someone, I'm serious, Shelley and Linda and others have taken a walk up at sunrise. Last year, John and Christine led a meditation walk before breakfast. And so there is time, and that's some of the time when some people take to themselves as well, Gina, before breakfast.
But the real answer is that we need another day.
Yeah.
And
likely to happen next year.
Likely to happen next year. We're trying to do that, but we schedule our times 2 years in advance. And since we've been coming in 2012, they have gotten so popular there. I mean, I knew we drew them in, but yeah, it's just like it's becoming consciousness central or something. It's really kind of fun to see. So from Roxanne, hi CC friends, will there be early enough on Wednesday? And we'll be glad to help with any setup or cleanup after Sunday. Beautiful, Roxanne. Thank you. We love you. Okay, and let's see. Roxanne, is there a way to get a copy of our surveys submitted? That's a TED question. So Roxanne, you want to know whether you can get your survey back or something? I'm not sure on that one.
I just wasn't clear what it was going to be used for, and I can't even remember. I was trying to be so efficient. So yeah, if it was available, I'd love to see it, but that's okay.
Yeah. Ted, that's really a TED question. I think if you want to go back in,
well, you'll see it in the yearbook.
Yeah, you'll see it in the yearbook.
Right. Ted?
Okay.
Yeah, if someone, if a couple of you specifically want to see it, I could go back through and figure out a way to get it to you in the next. Gosh. But that's only if there's a few of you who aren't sure exactly what you want to add. I could do that, but if there's 50 people that want to do that,
then not if you want me to finish it. I don't think so.
Yeah, you've got a timeline. I think what you need
to do, name tags and everything else. So
we got a lot. But realize that the yearbook is strictly going to be online. There will not be a printed version of it. We're saving paper.
And it only goes to attendees.
Right, only to attendees.
Just to us.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And the concept. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
The concept of the yearbook is an opportunity for you especially if you're a newbie, for you to be able to see who is there and to use your lunches and your dinners and your breakfasts as opportunities to maybe get to know some of these people, because every single person that's coming is a master. I mean, the lineup is just unbelievable. Every single person that's coming could be a speaker and a presenter. So, and we want you all to really be able to co-create and really get the juices going. So the whole reason of doing this labor of love is to give you that, even if it's just the start of it. It probably won't go in deep because no one really bragged about themselves probably on it, but at least you'll give you the first part of it so that you can have a picture of somebody and a little essence of them to know that, to make the connection.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. From Janice. Oh,
okay.
Ted, did you want to add something? I got about 7 more questions.
A little bit of Kathy's thing there, and that is that so many people offered to give presentations, and we found it difficult to fit it all in. So we're going to do something we tried last year, sort of on the fly, that turned out to be very effective, and that is to have 2 hours on Saturday afternoon where we have a variety of different options that you can choose where you want to go. So we will,
like breakouts.
Very early, we'll let you share what you would like to do, what you would like to present. So if you were not, or even if you are selected to give a major presentation, if you have something else you want to share during that time, we're going to set it up so that you could offer it for, let's say, 2 half-hour slots, and then you have 2 half-hour slots to go and do your thing and experience other people's opportunities. So that's sort of a free-flowing afternoon.
On
Saturday.
That's on
from
Saturday.
4 to 6. So think about what you would love to share and bring whatever you need with you, thinking that those will be smaller groups of 6, 8, 10 people, depending on your topic and what you're offering.
Well, and there will be tables and places for you to put books or flyers or your business card in the other room, not the Rimrock room. So that so if any of you are authors or want to bring any of your collateral so that other people can get to know you and really co-create, please do.
And we've always allowed people to sell things there. So
and it's strictly between you and the purchaser. We don't take any money. So, okay, we have quite a few more questions here. When it's from Janice, when in circle, we will have straight back chairs or back jacks on the floor. If you need a pillow, backrest, or a footrest, bring it. We will have footrests there. You don't have to bring that. And if you don't want to bring a pillow, you could perhaps bring the one from your room if you need it. Also, if someone has a hard time sitting a long time, bring a pillow and blanket to lie down outside the circle. We're going to have all kinds of yoga mats, and we try to keep everyone in the circle. So if you're going to lie down in the circle. Okay. From Linda to everyone, come hungry. The food is so filled with love and energy, you will feel 100% nourished and satiated. That's true. You're going to be on a organic farm, and we're not only going to have 3 huge meals, but we're also going to have 2 big snacks. So,
and who knows what'll happen at Go-Go?
Yeah.
Galaxy at Go-Go.
And Galaxy at Go-Go might have a surprise also. Okay, from Dawn to everyone, can you give out or send out the link again to the survey? I think it's posted in the, I can put it on our Facebook page again. I've sent it out several times, but I could put it on I can't get it right here right now. I'm sorry. But
Nicole, or Noelle rather.
Yeah.
I just tried that link and it's saying to me, I've already taken the survey. So it's not letting me go back in and take it again and resubmit answers.
Okay, you may need to do a whole, Ted, that's a Ted question.
Right.
somehow Kim Conrad was able to, but
She did it as 2 separate surveys. So you may just need to do a new survey, Dawn, and just emphasize those, which ones you think you missed. Or if there's information you just want me to add in, send it to me and I'll put it in.
Okay, that might be easier.
Okay.
Super.
that'd be great. Your
Okay.
little bio, Linda.
Oh, actually, Kathy and Ted just put the Survey Monkey link in the chat, Dawn, so you could get the link out of the chat. Linda Lamp will be there on 5:31, and she can help. Good, we'll need it. And from Linda, when will Bob let us know if we have transportation to Sunrise from the Denver airport? I arrive at 1:35 p.m. We're not sure which day she arrives, but maybe it's Wednesday.
Well, yeah.
Bob will be in communication with everybody about rides. He still just found out about someone else who needed a ride. The thing we're also looking for is the local folks. If anybody is local that can offer a ride, because right now we have more people requesting rides than offering rides. So,
so this is unusual this year. This is Bob. We have, I think, 11 of the 55 are from Boulder, and another 4 or 5 are from the Denver area. And so if you're available to pick up somebody at the airport on your way up here, or just be available in some other way, let me know, please. And I'll be putting some stuff on the Facebook page and also out to email in the next couple of days of what I know so far, and see if anyone else needs to add to that. That's for transportation coming in. Transportation leaving, I promise you, will not be an issue, because everybody will know everybody through the course of the weekend. I've already got the request for the people that need a ride away from the ranch, and we'll post that during the weekend, the very first part of the weekend, and people can match themselves up. So the departure will be self-organizing after you're here.
Yeah, that's up to you. And also, we can't guarantee we can get you a ride.
Yep.
There's also Green Ride, and we will put that. Bob will share that link as well. It does do door service from I think it's $49 one way from Denver up to Sunrise Ranch, door to door, and it's $49. $45 if you're over 65. You get a $5 discount.
So I'll include all of that, but we'll do our best, as we always do, to try to just be a matchmaker for inbound. And there are a number of cars that are coming. I mean, Barb's bringing a car, Janice is bringing a car from Chicago. They're going to be in the area. Julie's coming from Minden, and so we're just trying to be a matchmaker as best we can. And then Roxanne put on there, Mimi's shuttle service is $25 and very nice. That's the one that Sunrise Ranch is actually promoting now, is Mimi's shuttle.
Oh, I never heard of Mimi's shuttle.
Yeah, it's on the marquee there in the living room. So I'll include the information about that in the note that comes out to you all in the next few days.
Okay, cool. Great. Yeah, because I don't have any contact on that one.
Super. What else you got?
I think we're good. Linda Lamp says the survey won't let me take it again. Then go in as Linda Lamp too.
It just, when you click on it, it just opens in the browser and it says you've already taken this survey. It's like, so I'm just worried I didn't really do a bio. And so I'll just email that to you guys. And
yeah, that'd be great.
We'll be compiling.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Because I know I did the date and time and all that.
Okay. Let me explain a little bit more about why we asked certain questions. We asked about what your name was on your birth certificate and your date of birth, because Jennifer is coming from Dominer, and some of you were there last year, saw her Sphero self, which is an intelligence that was made through the spiritual research at Dominer, Italy. And what she does with that is she puts all the names, that information underneath the Sphero self, and it connects with you energetically. And some people, then she let people put their hands over it, and some people got some very specific messages from it. So that's it. That's what it requires. It's not that Noelle and Bob want to know these fascinating things about you. that is why it asked for what your name was on your birth certificate and that information. Also, we are having David Tresimer is going to be doing some Sophia, I can't say it.
Say it, Kathy.
But anyway,
he's doing a solar cross reading.
Solar cross readings.
He's
And
not
that's
doing anthroposophic stuff. I can finally say it, anthroposophic. Anyway, he's not doing that.
He's not doing that.
That's a
It's solar
mouthful.
cross.
It's solar cross.
he's doing solar cross. But he needed that information as well for his process. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you will be glad that you gave it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So none of that, very personal information like that, we're not going to be sharing, around. So, and this will be a document that will only go to you, to our group. And one thing I want to say is that we do create a very safe space, safe and loving space. And so I just want people who haven't been there before, to be assured of that. And, if there is any, there are about 7 of us that have been there all 5 years. So they're going to be like our guardian angels, if you will. So if there's any issue that you have, in terms of the dynamics of what's going on, seek one of them out. When it comes to anything that has to do with your room or anything of logistics with Sunrise Ranch, please go through Bob or myself, and we will take it to the appropriate person at Sunrise Ranch. Let's say your bed's too hard, or it didn't come with a pillow, or you need another blanket. Please go through us for those kinds of things, because then you'll get your response a lot quicker, and they won't be inundated by a lot of people. It's going to be a full house there. There's the Sachihachi, it's like a Japanese flute group that's going to be there, and a conscious eldering group. So it's going to be a full house. So let's see. Anything else that we can think of that, Shell, do you have something? You can.
Yeah, I did. And first of all, from being many of us that have been weaving stewards for some of the earlier years. And so I just want to acknowledge Bob and Noel and Kathy and Ted and Jennifer and Darlis for really all the energy it takes to put this on. And what I want to speak to the new people is that the beauty of this experience is that they create a field for us to come into. And I'm super excited this year that I get to just participate and really get to be with each one of you. Because as a weaving steward, they're very busy moving things around and always staying up late at night and getting things ready for the next day. So I just really feel blessed and honored, and that each one of us can know that we can relax, we can come in. This is one of the most easiest, most fun gatherings, and to really come in and understand this is even that the galactic frequency is the home frequency. It's where we get to embody our full multidimensional selves. And I'm excited and I get to come in after traveling. I've been traveling for 3.5 months in 4 different types of journeys, and now get to land galactically, celestially, extraterrestrially land here with you. And I'm so excited. So thank you for all your work and love and support for all of us.
Thank you.
She's going to teach us some Australian songs.
Alrighty. Thank you, Shelley, for that recognition. And Shelley was
thank you.
One of the weavers for 2 years, so she knows the load. And did a beautiful job. I want to open it to anyone on the phone. Doug, Jade, Marta, Kristani, Kathy, Cheryl, anyone there, because you can't get me by chat box.
Thanks.
Okay, Kristani, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been wanting to ask about the survey. So you mentioned that somebody didn't put their name. I'm not sure if that's me or not. There was something in an email about somebody not having their name on the survey. I just want to make sure you got mine and my name was on it.
Okay.
Ted's checking.
Ted is checking as we speak.
Wait, yes, we do.
So much.
We do have it, Kristani.
You have it, Kristani. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Anyone else? From our phone bank? Okay. All righty. Kathy.
Hello.
Oh, go ahead. Who was that? Okay, Jade, go ahead.
Hi there. I just emailed Kathy and Ted, but then I realized they're going to be very busy with Shasta. You mentioned that I wrote down the schedule, thank you, and it feels very clear. But you mentioned some people were going to be having processes, and I, being new, didn't know what that meant, and I was curious.
The whole group's out.
Well, this is welcome to the co-creators convergence.
Thank you.
What we like to distinguish ourselves is that this is not a lecture series. This is not where all of us that are coming could stand up and give our own workshop on something. And so what we do is we make it very participatory. And so that's what we mean by processes. It's not going to be deep. I mean, it's not going to be like deep analysis or something like that. It's going to be, we just ask that it be participatory, might be the best way to say it. So that, does that kind of, Kathy, do you want to?
Well, Jade, I can explain some more offline that'll give you a much better idea, okay? Because I'd love to explain that. But I did have one more thing to suggest.
Yeah, go ahead, Kathy.
The energy in the room is like a love bath. In fact, people have called it that before. And so if you have a crystal, a clear crystal, or well, I would bring a clear crystal if it was me, and bring it to the room and put it in the center of the room. You would be very happy to have that energy come home with you. So I'm recommending that you consider not a big rock, but some sort of, hand-sized rock that would be able to capture the energy for you as a memory, because it'll be palpable.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. We've been asked, about what is a co-creators convergence? And so I simplified it finally to say, it's a love fest with a theme. So every year it's a different theme because we have different co-creators who brings us different gifts. So this year we have people who are bringing very different gifts. And so, but what Kathy's saying, the essence of it, and Julie Kroll just put in here, you will experience the experiential bliss of the love frequency.
Yes.
So,
So, and it is existential. Oh, experiential. I think it's existential too.
Experiential bliss.
So you are welcome. We will have an altar in the middle of the room, and you're welcome to bring anything that's sacred to you, and you take everything back home with you. We don't keep any of your stuff. So some people bring it and they take it back to the room every day, and some people say, no, I want it to be infused the whole way. So you're welcome to do that. You're welcome to do that. Okay. Anyone else?
Anyone else on the phone?
Oh,
Jade, go ahead. Do you have anything else?
No, I was saying beautiful. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to the love. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I have another question.
Go ahead, Christani.
Hello?
Go ahead.
So I didn't really understand what that survey was for, and now I'm realizing, I had no idea people were going to see it before we got there. So it would be helpful for them to know what it is I do or what my unique gifts are. I'm not even sure if I put that on there.
Well, you can just...
People that were asking about the survey, I've heard several of them asking as far as a link, or you mentioned putting it in a chat box, but I'm not online. So where would I go to look at mine, or to redo it, or to... I heard you talking about it, but it was all on the computer at the time, and I couldn't seem to get my hand raised.
Okay, Ted?
I'll answer that, Christani. You did a marvelous job of answering all the questions except what is your greatest gift you share as part of your mission.
Yeah, that one I didn't know if I was supposed to share ahead of time or if it meant when it unfolds together. Are unique gifts before we come, or are unique gifts as a symphony? I guess I wasn't clear on that.
So you answered, I am a master teacher who embodies much wisdom and truth, which is beautiful. If you would like to embellish that a little bit more, you can email us and we'll try to get it in. But everything else you answered was beautiful.
Okay, no worries then. Thanks. I wasn't clear on if you meant me before I get there or what we're going to do with the new unique gifts when we get there. But I'll email you something if I'm guided.
Yeah, but being a master teacher is awesome, and it will make everyone want to get to know you.
Yes.
Can't hear you, Noel.
Can't hear you, Noel.
I said I'm going to take a question from Romel and then Lorraine.
We just started our engine in the truck. Is that too much background noise for you all?
Oh, no.
Okay. We've been freezing after 2 hours.
So my question, Ted, you suggested that I redo it because I did do it very quickly and wasn't sure, being a newbie, how and what was needed and used. You suggested that I redo it, and everyone else's question too. Opening the link just says you've completed it. So I don't recall what the questions were, not necessarily even what I answered, but what the questions were. So what's your suggestion again? I know I've heard you say, you know, someone sent in a bio, but tell me all the other questions too.
Okay, so,
Well, why don't we figure this out, Weavers? Because if we need to have the survey sent out again,
what we may do,
we have to make a new survey.
That's
with just the information we need for that.
Let's talk about it, and I could maybe say the questions that are going to be made part of the whole survey, we just send those questions out, and the people, we can review them and say, you really didn't fill this out very well. Do you want to embellish?
You mean the people that are going to be in the yearbook, as opposed to the
Right.
data that they need for the process, for the Solar Cross and for Jennifer?
the data we've got, it is pretty good.
Data's good, except for a couple people, we got everybody.
Well, the people, we're going to go through it. If you gave us really spotty, 2-word answers, we may contact you and say, complete this question again.
And we can help, Noelle, you and I can help with that next.
We can help
this
with that.
weekend.
We've got to take care of our end now and get it out.
Well,
otherwise we're not going to.
Yeah, this is good. And Nicole wants to speak too.
Yeah, I get to Nicole. Okay, I was going to go to Lorraine.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Noelle, you are on mute.
Okay.
Glad you muted there.
Yeah. Did you say a bad word?
No, it's just a little cold in the truck after 2 hours. Trying to start the engine.
Okay, so Romel, we're going to noodle it and get back to you, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. All righty, Lorraine, and then we'll go to Nicole.
Oh yeah, very quickly. Hi guys, it's really great to be with you all. I'm not very well at the moment here on Maui, and I wasn't out with the others, so it's okay. I did mine fairly briefly, and I would really appreciate an email so that I can do it again, because I tried again and it wouldn't allow me as other people. So that would be really great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Lorraine. Feel better. Everyone, send her some healing vibes.
Thank you. I'll accept it all. Thank you.
Okay, Nicole.
I just wanted to add to your last conversation to let you know that the Survey Monkey that you put in the chat, it works. And it goes back to the beginning. That was really, really all. And I know I probably didn't do a very good job with mine either, but to be honest, confession, I'm not relatively new to this kind of stuff, so I'm kind of figuring it out as I go too. So you may not have a whole lot of detail there on mine.
It's okay. It's all good.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and let's see.
Ed wants to.
Ted, go ahead.
I just got a wonderful email from Dom. he is offering to transport up to 6 passengers at a time from DIA to Sunrise Ranch. Dom is a professional limo driver who has a beautiful limo, and that is incredibly generous. And we'll have to see what if there's what kind of monetary we can do for him there. But Dom, if you could talk to Bob directly and get in touch with him, and that would be a godsend. You are just such a wonderful, wonderful soul. So
wonderful, Dom.
Fantastic. Look forward to chatting with you, Dom.
Okay, we have a message from Roxanne. Yes, I am so excited too. Thank you, dear Weavers and new dear friends, for all that we be and bring to this love fest of galactic energy levels. And from Linda to everyone, we will Linda Rosenthal. We will collectively be embraced by the galactic love vibrations inside the great mothership. I look forward to flying with you all. XOXO. And from Linda Lamp, I'm beside myself with excitement. And from Roxanne to Lorraine, love and healing. I'm getting over something too. So yeah, rest up, everyone. So Julie says, I'll take some of that beautiful healing energy. Thank you. Recovering from walking pneumonia. Oh my goodness, dear Julie. So wow, we gotta do a whole healing thing here. So my healers.
And keep me safe when I'm on the roof of the RV shoveling the snow tonight.
Yeah. So I think are we ready to wrap up?
I'll talk about next month.
How did everybody get muted?
No.
This thing kind of, I'll just do
We did it our own selves.
Oh, you did
they
your
did
own
it their own
selves.
selves.
Okay.
We'll talk about next month.
So.
Okay.
I just want to know if we each get one of those galactic greens, outfits you guys have got on.
It's a solar city from our days.
Oh.
Panels, but
Right.
the sun was very high above the clouds today here.
We had other clothes on, but they got wet from the snow. We had to change.
Kathy Roberts said, Kathy Roberts is talking.
Oh, Kathy Roberts, go ahead.
Oh, you know what? Kathy Roberts is just laughing at y'all. I can't wait to be together. Yeah.
Welcome back.
You just heard my laugh. That's all.
Welcome back, Red Clover.
Yes.
So this is Bob, and I do want to mention one thing before we wrap up and all this giggle and love and anticipation, is that because of the theme this year and what we're going to be doing together on the 1st through the 5th, 1st through the 4th, whoops, there it is, the solar beams are coming down right now, the galactic beams. You are not going to want to miss the 3rd Thursday call next month, June, whatever it is, 3rd Thursday, because we're going to have an actual personal friend of ours, actual extraterrestrial, is going to be our guest on the call next month. This is someone that Noelle and I met in 2013, again at a Barbara Marx Hubbard event in February of 2013. Her name is Juliana. She was born in this time in Italy, and so she's got a delightful little Italian accent. But she is someone that Noelle and I have stayed in touch with since that time, and it's going to be a fascinating conversation that you all won't want to just be witness to, but will want to participate in. Danama, I don't know if you were at that February of 13 event with Barbara or not at LAX, because you would have met Juliana. She was a part of that group. Linda, you did. That's right. That's right. Linda Lamp was there. And so Juliana is back in Italy. We met her because she came to the United States to be here for the premiere of Stephen Greer's Sirius movie. And she's from a planet that only has 7 beings on it. And she has much to tell us about that and her perspective of what humanity is involved in. So this conversation we had with Barbara earlier this evening is very apropos for discussion with Julia as well. So look forward to being a part of that in June. Noelle.
Okay. All righty. Well, I think we're all ready to take off. And Ted, did you want to say something, or are you just waving goodbye?
Just to clarify.
Yes, sir.
This about the survey again. One more final thing with the survey. If you are able to get in to update or create a new one, the questions we will use in the yearbook are questions 6, 7, 8, and 9. Don't worry about the rest of them, but do put your name. Okay, so we know who you are. We've already got all the other information. So just 6, 7, 8, or 9, and just choose which one you would like to embellish upon for the yearbook.
Is there any, let me just jump in if you don't mind. Is there any way you could just email what those 6, 7, and 8, 9
So they don't
say?
have to survey. They can't get into a survey.
For those of us that it's not letting in, because I tried the link that you put in the chat and I got the same. I went to the email first and then I went and I tried the one in the chat, and for me, it's not letting me take it again.
I think it's probably because it's seeing your computer.
Right.
So if you have a different email or a different computer, it'll probably let you. But if you're going from the same email to the computer, it probably won't.
I will post on our Facebook page what questions are 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
And then you can email your.
You need to email the answers, though, not out of Facebook trying to copy
Right.
them.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to email.
Yeah.
We will not take it by
Right.
Facebook. 6, 7, 8,
Right,
9.
right.
Okay. Yep.
Who do you want to email to? Right to Ted?
Us. Yeah.
Email it straight to Ted?
Well, or to me.
Or to Noel. If you get it right away, it'll be to us. If it's if it's after the next 2 or 3 days, you better go to Noel because we're going to be.
No, we've got if it's by Monday or Tuesday, we can do it.
Yeah, if you don't get it to Ted and Kathy by their cutoff date, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, and 9, and you have, what day is this? Is this Thursday?
It's the 18th.
We're going to say Sunday. Give them some breathing room, please. Sunday, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
And we'll put those questions.
And we will post what those questions are on. I'll send it out in the email, and I'll put it on Facebook. But you must respond by email to Kathy and Ted. Is that clear?
And I'm putting our emails in the chat.
Thank you.
Is it possible to share? Yes.
That's what Kathy and Ted are doing that right now.
Yeah. So, okay, everyone. I think it's all good. I think we're all galactic. So there's TedTennis108 at Gmail, and Kathy's is in there too. And then you can always, I know you've got a boatload of emails from me, co-creators at Light Partners, but please send it to Ted and Kathy. And if you get it there by Sunday, we're good. Sound fair?
Sounds wonderful. And may I close us?
Beautiful. Thank you, Donna.
Resonance.
Yes.
Let's all breathe deeply this beautiful juicy energy field. Water in our breath, commune our light, our galactic beingness, which spans into multi-dimensions, here to love galactically. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you soon. Mwah.
Nanu, nanu. See you soon.
Love you. Now you're